Hi, friends. We are living in a time of extraordinary paradox. Never before has humanity been so advanced, and yet, never before has it felt so divided. Wars continue, trust is eroding, leadership appears powerful but often directionless. So, the question we must ask is this really a crisis of politics or a crisis of consciousness? And more importantly, is the world missing an ethical compass? Today, I want to explore this question through two profound sources: the Bhagavad Gita and the philosophy of Immanuel Kant. The Bhagavad Gita begins on a battlefield, but very quickly we realize the real battle is not outside, it is within. Arjuna is confused, overwhelmed, morally torn. He does not know whether to act or withdraw, and this is where the Gita becomes timeless. Because today's world leaders face a similar dilemma: when to act, how to act, and most importantly, from what inner state to act. The Gita's answer is radical: act but without hatred, engage but without ego, lead but from inner clarity. This is not weakness, this is the highest form of strength. If we look at the world today, the problem is not lack of intelligence. It is not even lack of strategy. It is something deeper, a fragmentation between power and ethics. Nations justify actions for themselves that they would condemn in others. Decisions are driven by fear, self interest, identity, but rarely by universal moral clarity. And this is where Immanuel Kant enters the conversation. Kant offers one of the most powerful ethical principles in human thought: act only in such a way that your action could become a universal law. Think about this. Before any decision, a leader must ask, can I justify this action if every nation did the same? If the answer is no, then the action is not truly ethical. Kant also insists, treat every human being as an end in themselves, never merely as a means. Now, imagine if global leadership truly followed this principle. Would exploitation continue? Would wars be justified so easily? But Kant, powerful as he speaks mainly of outer ethics. The Gita goes deeper. It asks, what is the state of consciousness from which you act? Because even a seemingly right action can become dangerous if driven by anger, ego, attachment. The Gita introduces a transformative idea: Yogastha Kuru Karmani. Act while established in inner balance. This means no hatred, no inner agitation, no selfish attachment. This is not passivity, this is purified action. Now, here is the crucial insight. The world today suffers because it has separated these two dimensions: action without inner clarity, power without universal ethics. The Bhagavad Gita gives us inner discipline, freedom from ego and hatred. Immanuel Kant gives us outer discipline, universal moral responsibility. But true leadership requires both inner mastery plus universal ethics. Without this, power becomes dangerous, intelligence becomes manipulative, leadership becomes divisive. What would a leader look like who integrates both the Gita and Kant? Such a leader would act decisively but without hatred, make policies but without double standards, use power but with inner detachment, serve not just a nation but humanity. This is not idealism, this is the next necessity of human evolution. As Sri Aurobindo reminds us, humanity is not the final stage, we are a transitional being, and leadership must evolve with consciousness. Let me leave you with a simple but powerful thought. The world does not lack power, it lacks purified consciousness guiding power. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to master ourselves. Kant teaches us how to act justly in the world. Together, they offer something rare, an ethical compass for humanity's future. And perhaps the real question is not will world leaders adopt this, but will we as individuals begin to live it? Because every transformation of the world begins with a transformation of consciousness. If this perspective resonated with you, consider reflecting, sharing, and continuing this dialogue because the future of leadership may well depend on the depth of our understanding today. Thank you.